Ramona Shelburne joins us now here on SportsCenter. This is obviously huge news all across the NBA. But Ramona, let's go back in time a little bit here because these two teams tried to get this deal done a couple months ago before the trade deadline. It didn't happen. What was the turning point for it would enable it to happen tonight?
Well, there were two of them, right? The first one is that the Lakers and the Pelicans both got exceptionally lucky in the lottery. And so there were two big assets that neither team had back in February. The Pelicans had the #1 draft pick and the Lakers had the #4 draft pick. And those two assets end up being pretty pivotal in why this deal is able to get done today. The other thing that happened is that David Griffin took over as the executive vice president of the New Orleans Pelicans. And as one source close to the situation put it, he was the biggest difference because he negotiated in good faith. He didn't have all the emotional baggage for back in February when everybody got hurt. I mean, if you just look at the cost of what happened because those negotiations in February went so haywire. Rob Pelinka took hits. Jeannie Buss took hits. Dell Demps got fired. Magic Johnson quit and threw everyone else under the bus as he went home. Luke Walton is in Sacramento now. There was a lot of people who got hurt back in February. David Griffin he came into this with a clean slate. He didn't have any of that emotional baggage. He could just make the best deal. And so once both teams acquired two very big assets in the lottery, he was able to make this deal.
Well, clearly it's supposed to be a big free agency summer in the NBA. How does this deal impact the pursuit of those free agents?
Man, I'm just still trying to get over what's happened in the NBA in the last week. Two of the top free agents going onto the market, Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant, just suffered catastrophic injuries that will take them out for all of next year or at least most of next year. And the third, Kawhi Leonard, just won a championship in Toronto. And so anybody thinking that they had great plans for July just had to readjust them after what happened in the NBA Finals. Anthony Davis, in a way, was maybe the best player that any team could go out and get. The Lakers had to give up an incredible price to get Anthony Davis. One source described it to me as this could be a Herschel Walker type deal for the New Orleans Pelicans. I mean, they have Lonzo Ball, who's going to be throwing lobs to Zion Williamson. Him and Drew Holiday will be already one of the best defensive backcourts in the NBA. Then they also get Brandon Ingram and Josh Hart and future first-round picks. And from what I understand, those future firsts are going to help the Pelicans essentially have control over the Lakers draft for the next 5 to 7 years, depending on how the pick swaps go and all the protections on them. This is a massive trade in the NBA that affects free agency and in some ways is the unofficial beginning of free agency now.
You mentioned all the drama the Lakers went through over the last couple of months. What does this trade do for their image going forward?
Look, going for superstars is in the Lakers' DNA. This is just what they do. I mean, you could make an argument that they gave up too much and they're not going to be able to fill out this roster. But if you've lived in Los Angeles, as I know you have, Mike, I mean, this is what the Lakers do. They chase stars. And they needed another star to put alongside LeBron James for whatever time they have him. He's under contract for 3 more years, but he has an opt-out in that last year. He's 34 years old, will be 35 soon enough. I mean, if you get LeBron, you owe it to your franchise and to him, really, to give him another co-star that he can chase a championship with. And with Golden State dealing with some major injuries and free agent concerns, the West is wide open. And I think the Lakers just felt like they had to go for it. They may regret this, just like they did the Dwight Howard deal or the Steve Nash deal, but they had to go for it. They had to chase the star.
Timing is everything, a franchise-changing move for both the Lakers and the Pelicans, and we still got a few weeks to decide how it really plays out. Ramona Shelburne here on SportsCenter. Thanks.